Hello, hello, hello. So my name is David Brutzlavsky. I'm the managing partner of IMB Wealth Advisors, and we help international companies, large and small, many of them based in Asia, leverage blockchain technology in order to help improve and run their business and take it into the next generation. So first things first, we want to thank our hosts here, Innonation, Amir Gal Or, pardon my pronunciation, of Infinity Group, Leora Jesselson and her team, and of course the Future World Group that is with us here today. We're the largest delegation to this conference, and they're sponsoring a $10,000 prize to the winner of the blockchain startup competition that we're about to host today. Okay, also I wanted to thank the Bit Embassy, which helped us recruit the blockchain startup, specifically Manny Rosenfeld, and also very quickly introduce you to the format of today. Each startup is going to present for approximately 6 minutes, with 4 minutes that are going to be devoted to Q&A and also to feedback from our esteemed judges. So without further ado, I wanted to thank the judges for joining us, and each judge is going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to start with the blockchain demos. And at the end, the winning startup, which will be decided by you, the audience, will basically be awarded $10,000. And then I would like to ask the Future World Group to come up on stage to help me award the winner. So without further ado, first company, please come up.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. To all here, I'm Manny Rosenfeld. I'll be one of the judges panel here. So I'll tell a bit about myself. I'm the chairman of the Israeli Bitcoin Association. It's a non-profit organization that works to promote the usage of Bitcoin and the blockchain technology in Israel. So, I've been dealing with in this field for about 5.5 years, and I'm a mathematician by training, so I've done some work on algorithm research about the blockchain, and I also have done some activity promoting Bitcoin here in Israel. So we have this. So it's very exciting to have all of you here and all of the companies that will present what they are doing in this area, and I hope we can find the best one. So thank you.
My name is Aaron Rosenson. I'm a partner with Aleph VC, which is a local venture capital firm that invests in Israeli businesses. We manage around $350 million across a couple funds and focus on compelling opportunities within the Israeli market.
Hey, my name is Ofer Rotem. I'm an angel investor in blockchain and Bitcoin technologies here in Israel.
So thank you. So Ron from Feedback, please, welcome to start presenting.
Yeah, but according to this time, I only have 3 minutes left. Like it's ticking already.
So so someone should reset the time.
Let's not waste the audience time. You can do the math later.
You should, just start. And
I'll be okay. Let's just start. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hope you still have some energy. My name is Ron. I work with Matan. We're both veteran Bitcoin or blockchain entrepreneurs. Sorry. And I'm here to tell you a story. The story concerns us all. Okay, this is the story of. This story is relevant to each and every one of us. Sorry, I'm just jet lagged after two weeks without too much sleep. Giant AIs are coming. Artificial intelligence is right around the corner. These companies, Facebook, Google, Amazon, others, they are all developing strong AIs, human-level intelligence. It's science fiction, but we live in the future. Today, you can go to Facebook M and you chat with something, and you're not really sure if you're chatting human or not. or a computer. We have a problem, though. These AIs, these giant corporations, they don't really have our best interest in front of them. And the smarter they get, the more dangerous this equation becomes. So Google and Facebook and others, basically their business model is to exploit their users to make money. Right? They use us, they use our data to sell us ads and other products that we don't really need. And so far it's just about money, but you can imagine what happens as these AIs, these corporations get bigger and tougher and wiser. We have a systemic conflict of interest here. It can't work, and it can't work well for us humans. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to solve this problem. We're trying to create a sustainable model for a cooperation between AIs and humans. We have three parts, right? One part is the AI or bot interface. Today you see bots everywhere, open source frameworks, etc. I'm not going to talk about that. We have this key equation on the right, that users equal shareholders. Basically, every user of our system is a shareholder. If the system succeeds, the users succeed, unlike the existing models. And the blockchain, of course, is the magic that enables this. This enables blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum to share their revenues with the users. So we're cooking up all these ingredients and building a sustainable AI model. It's alive. It's running on the internet right now. You can go to joinjarvis.org and talk to it. I challenge you to distinguish it from it and a human. That's it. This is the people's AI. We're building the artificial intelligence that's here for us. Any questions?
Working. Right. So how are you doing it? I mean, it's a huge project, right?
Yeah, it is a huge project, and we're just started. Mm-hmm. So I think the answer is twofold.
Okay.
One part is fake it till you make it. Right? Right now, we do have a system in place, but in fact, we have humans in the back end answering and talking through this AI. But there is really something in there, because these humans, simple questions they can answer by themselves, but suddenly you ask them more complicated questions, like you ask Jarvis, who would you vote for in the presidential elections, Trump or Hillary? And suddenly a human wouldn't know really what to answer, because it can't give its own answer, its own opinion. So if you have 10 humans running the system, they have to coordinate an answer. So the magic in what we're doing is smart collaboration and coordination between humans. So the smart part is the AI. So I don't know if I'm answering the question. I
was referring more to the technology side of it. Like,
right. Okay.
I would expect
so this is the first part.
Machine learning and.
There's no. Okay.
I don't know.
We're going to involve all of this, but this is very early stage right now. Our core IP right now, or the core technology that we have, is a good understanding of how to build decentralized organization. We're doing a workshop, like a week-long workshop in 3 weeks in Switzerland, where we're going to produce a white paper and really coalesce this into something sustainable. We have a roadmap, which I haven't shared here, but we want to really build the first versions, I don't know, by the end of the year. I don't have that by heart. But yeah, the truth is it's early stage, so I don't have a really good answer for that at this point.
Fair.
Okay, so yeah, actually I have another question. So you mentioned some AI some companies that developing AI already, and you created Jarvis because you wanted to offer a better solution than what they are doing. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about what currently exists in this area, what AR projects are there, and how Jarvis improves over them?
I'll mention this briefly because it's really not the topic of my talk, right? But we have Facebook M. This is like a conversational buddy, right? You can talk to it on Facebook, and you can ask it questions, and it feels like a human. It's actually, they're using similar things to what I'm saying here. They have humans behind the scenes, and they also have an AI component. And the magic is, where do you draw the line? You have Google just released yesterday Google Allo, which is a chat app, but it's aware. It's actually rather dumb. I tried talking to it, and it didn't understand me. Siri, Google Now, it's all around us. And the increase is exponential.
Okay. So, Aaron, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, one question. So when you look at some of the companies you referred to, it seems like for a lot of these companies, there is a version that was either ad-free or not ad-supported, or is more open, DuckDuckGo versus Google, Ello versus Facebook. And users have tended to opt for ad-supported models in spite of the sacrificing of privacy, personal data that comes with. And now with AI being open often as an API or an open source platform in some cases, why now are people going to choose an AI that's not licensed or owned by these firms when historically, when it comes to search and social networking, they've chosen to make that sacrifice?
I'm sorry, can you summarize the question?
Why are people not going to use Facebook and Google's AI?
Okay, yeah, because the thing is, our users are incentivized. They're part of the system. Of course, whatever you can do with Facebook, you can do there. But our system right now is human-level intelligence, right? There are humans that will go and work for you, right? If you ask them to find out something for you, to do some research, they can do it. They will do it. Or Jarvis, rather, as your interface. Jarvis is today smarter than these other companies. It's just the limiting factor right now in Jarvis is its bandwidth and its latency. Right? So if you ask a question, if you ask Jarvis a question, it might take 5 hours to answer, and Google Now will answer instantly. But Jarvis's answer will be better because it's a human. It's going to do research.
Okay, I think that's all the time we have. So thank you very much, Ron. And next up, we have Nathan Cook from Zen. So please join us.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Cook. I'm the technical director at Zen. We are a simple, safe, secure, smart contracts platform. And before I talk about what we're trying to do, I want to talk about what our contract's like today. Right now, if you want to make a deal, any sort of agreement, you need a few things. Firstly, you need to make a legal document, for which you need lawyers. Secondly, you need to decide how do we arbitrate this document in the case of a dispute. 9% of contracts are disputed, which is quite expensive. And if you are dealing with international business, you need to determine matters of jurisdiction. Where is this contract judged? Who controls the legal meaning of this contract? Because of this, people tend to focus, to centralize on a few trusted services. For instance, if you wanted to buy a financial asset, you would do it on an exchange. If you wanted to, let's say, offer a service to people, you would use a global payments provider. But because of this, and the expenses involved, and the institutional friction, lots of deals that could happen don't get made. Our solution is to decentralize this whole thing. We remove institutional barriers, and by doing so, we make many more deals possible. The way we work is that you take your contract, and instead of writing it in legal language, you write it in code, computer code. That by itself is not enough. You can't trust a contract that's written in code without understanding the code. So to get around that, we have a way of proving that these contracts do what they're supposed to do. And the way they're secured isn't by a third party. We secure them the same way that we secure Bitcoin, the same way we secure other digital crypto assets. We use a blockchain. Without those barriers, many more contracts are possible, and the barriers aren't present because the institutions are no longer necessary. This is what you can do as Zen. You can make financial instruments, actually create them online and sell them. You can control assets. For instance, if you wanted to have a right to purchase gold, you could create that right and you could sell it, or you could purchase, or you could buy it. And you can use Bitcoin. We have very smart, close integration with Bitcoin that enables you to use Bitcoin or dollars or renminbi or any currency in these contracts. Now, we have competitors. We're not the only smart contracts platform in existence. There's Ethereum, and there are centralized services. We think we can do a lot more than these services. We think that we can provide a significant advantage in a very young market. We have a form of security that is far more tightly integrated and far more basic to our platform. We have an ability to use any asset on our platform, and because of that, you're not exposed to the risk of our platform. You don't have to believe that we are going to be a monopoly in order to use us today. I'm going to give you a demo. Before I do that, I want to talk through what we're doing in this demo. This is a demo that's going to show a simple use of the Zen protocol. The idea is that someone wants to sell you an option, a financial product, but you don't know this person. But even though you don't know this person, he can prove to you that this option is real, it's trustworthy, and that you can freely buy and sell it without risk. Okay. Now, let's say this option already exists in the network. This contract. All you need to do is to take its address, excuse me, and to load it. 1 second. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, so you already have the address of the contract. You're going to load it from the Zen consensus. And let's say he emailed you a proof for this contract. There's the email. You're going to take this and paste it in. And now we're going to verify it. Now what's going on here? I don't need to understand the contract, which can be quite complicated. All I need to understand is the proof. This is a mathematical proof that this contract works the way it's supposed to. I can see now that this is a call option. If I pay for it, I will get the option, and that the margin requirement, the amount of money needed to back this option, is still there. This is something that people are starting to do in our competitors' platforms, but in our system, it is integrated from the ground up. Okay, that's about it. I'm very happy to be presenting here today. This is the first time we've publicly presented Zen. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you. So, yeah, so we have a few questions. So I'd like to tell us a bit more about some of the potential use cases for the system, right? You've given some example. I'd like some more details. What are the possibilities, actually? What's the potential?
Okay, so what you saw there was the use of Zen to create a financial asset. So that was a call option on dollars versus Bitcoin. That's one use. And you can imagine lots of financial assets. That's not the only thing you can do. You can trade claims on physical assets. If I have, let's say, a copper future or something like that, I can trade a claim on that copper future just by putting it on the network and linking it to an existing reputation network or an existing identity network. there are other things you can use it for as well. Someone who is offering a business-to-customer service can use Zen in place of several of the functions of payment processors today. And ultimately, we think it will be possible for the end user to make use of Zen without really looking at the details of the network or understanding a great deal about how it works. It will simply be a source of security, a guarantee for these existing sorts of services.
Hey.
Hey.
You don't have your own token, right?
We do have our own token.
You do?
I'll explain why. Mm-hmm. We have our token, because we want to subsidize the operation of the network. What we don't want to do is for the token to be so tightly linked to the network that people don't use it. If there's too much speculation, then there's too much risk involved. For example, in Ethereum, there's many reasons that you might want to do something in Ethereum, but if you think that the value of Ethereum is going to rise or fall by 50% tomorrow, would you really want to enter into a contract with it? So we have our token.
To lock it, right?
Yeah, we have our token. We use it for certain things that we're not ready to talk about yet, but you can use it. But for most users of this network, there's no need to touch the Zen token.
So you're locking Bitcoins.
That's right. That's right.
And your monetization, the way you are making money, is through that token, or?
We may raise some money through the token. We're not ready to talk about that yet either. We see offering services as a big way for us to monetize. So certainly we know the protocol as well as anyone, obviously.
Sharon, any comments, questions? Yeah, we have 2 more minutes.
Can you talk a little bit about it seems like security is the big, verification at least, is a key part of the platform, hosting it via browser versus your server, how you guys think about your mode of verification versus other modes out there like third-party arbitrators and things of that nature. Okay.
So when you talk about third-party arbitration, it's connected to the idea of a central server or a centralization. We think that the need for a blockchain is quite high. The need for the absence, the ability not to use a third party, the option not to use a third party is very important. You could and people have used formal verification and used proofs on servers, on central servers. We think that's useful. We don't think it's everything. We don't think it's enough. We think that you need this decentralized system in order to achieve the spread and the use of smart contracts that we think is possible.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, Nathan. Next up, we have Assaf Ben Or from Solarchange.
Where's the... All right. Hello, thank you for inviting us. My name is Assaf, and I'm the CEO of Solarchange. And we're going to show you what you can do with the blockchain for energy, and especially for renewable energies. So you probably felt the sun in Israel, and you feel the potential of solar energy for our world. So forget all what you know until today of solar energy. And I hope that I can renew something about it for you. So we have the blockchain, and with the blockchain and with some sophisticated algorithm that some of them I will present here, I will show you what a revolution we can make together with machine learning, big data collection, and we can address like this the market of $150 billion, which is only increasing, of solar energy, and the $400 billion market of smart energy and smart grid applications. So I grew up in the village in the north of Israel. I hope you had the chance to see that we have also green sides and forests, and my family was quite ecological and sustainable. But with the time we moved to the city, you know it from China, we saw the reality. We felt the impact of economical growth based on fossil fuels, based on oil, on gas, and we saw what are the consequences. Pollution is increasing. People can hardly breathe in Beijing. And in Israel, the place becomes only warmer. So we need to change that. And this is why 4 million people, which use solar energy every day for different applications, actually don't know the potential that there is in this energy. Most of it is lost because we are still primitive in the knowledge how to use it efficiently for everywhere in the planet, or most of the areas. It's so incredible if one gets into the details and understands that the energy which is lost of solar can supply 1 month of energy of the United States, which, as you know, is the biggest consumer of energy in the world. So we can make much more of it. We can control the solar energy. We can bring it to the people. We can encourage the people to produce solar energy, and we can do it all over the world today with the blockchain. Each solar panel with today's technology can be a node on the blockchain and send all information securely and recordedly on the blockchain. We can also gather different parameters of the environment, as temperature, pressure, humidity, pollution, depends on the station. Based on that, we can record on all the blockchain. Regardless which country you are, if you share your data on the blockchain, we can give our users benefits. We have invented a new digital currency based on the state-of-the-art technology that incentivizes, independent of any government support, solar energy. And for families or companies that register in our website and share the production data, they can get 1 solar coin for 1 megawatt produced. With this solar coin, they become part of a very important club in the planet and can enjoy services, product, and financial reward. So, more energy people produce, and the more solar coin they get. This is the goal here. We don't need governments. We don't need to beg for the UN. We need just to do it. You, people with the means, have the responsibility to make it happen. So this is part of the things that you can do with the solar coins, what we allow in our club. You can buy products in different areas, and we hope to suggest more and more possibilities in the field of energy, and it can be in any field. It can be even food. And, of course, you can change it for money in your local country and transfer it to your bank after a while. So we open a new gate, a new future, a new hope for solar energy worldwide, no matter if you're in China, no matter if you're in Canada or USA. So we are quite new. People are very motivated in our team, in our group. We have people from all over the countries. We are the group in Israel. And with the minimum means of marketing, we saw the passion there is today in the society for solar energy and blockchain and how you can combine them both. So we got thousands of users, not only solar owners. Many of them wanted to hold some solar coins and feel our product. And I invite you all, try the Solarcoin wallet, see if you can have some solar coins. If you have solar system or you know someone, join us. We are not the only one there. There is, just a few weeks ago, an article that was in Forbes showing and proving the growing potential of smart grid application and forecasting how much energy will be produced in real time. And therefore, we can create like this a better smart grid, much less losses and exploit the solar energy better. And we have experts in our team in forecasting, PhD level and professors. We have experts in the blockchain, and we have experts in the solar energy field. So we take solar energy, which is not so reliable or stable. We make it reliable, we make it fast, and we can make it scalable. So this is part of the partners that have joined us recently. IBM gave us their trust. We are part of their accelerator. We have another competition this week, known one, the journey of Ernst & Young. And IBM saw the potential because they saw the potential of processing big data coming from the field of energy, giving new insights, working with utilities, their clients, and taking the blockchain technology one step forward, one step for the society. We have MIT that you know from academia supporting us in research.
Sorry to interrupt, we're running a bit short on time, so I think we should move on to the questions now.
So I just go over the business model for the energy companies and explain exactly how we create revenues. You can ask me later on, showing you roughly the team. I'm a PhD level in solar energy and made many years in research in the field. My brother, which is also the CTO, is a programmer and leading the technological development. And we have Inbal, which is an experienced entrepreneurship and very experienced in international trade, including with Asia. And many other programmers and business developers that join us and help us. So we call you, support us, not because you are ecological or you believe in the sun, just because it makes economical sense at that point of time. Thank you very much.
So I have a question. I'm interested in knowing what went into the decision to use the blockchain as a platform for what you're building. How does it compare with other solutions you might have considered?
Okay, so what is special in energy that is quantitative and measurable. Quantitative and measurable. And using the blockchain, you can record and track where the energy was produced and where the energy is consumed. And you can make a perfect demand-response adjustment and reduce the losses in real time. So this is part of the reason. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, offer a quick question because we are a bit short.
Oh, I have a few. Okay, I'll choose one. How are you going to prevent people from gaming the system, from cheating?
Right, so I didn't get into that deeply, our algorithms, due to the time limitations, but we have a verification algorithm that when people register in the website and claim we produce 1 megawatt hour of solar energy, we have a sophisticated algorithm that gets to reads from their inverter, from their system, using API, and compares it with other sources of weather and satellite. So we can really identify all over the planet whether there is a solar panel or not, and quite easily, yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Assaf.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
So next up, please welcome Nadav Ivgi from Bitrated.
Do I get my slides up, or?
What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Nadav. I'm a software developer and the founder of Bitrated, a trust platform that provides consumer protection and fraud prevention mechanisms for Bitcoin and other blockchain-based payment systems. So one of the main issues standing in the way of Bitcoin from reaching mainstream adoption is the lack of consumer protection mechanism. With Bitcoin, unlike traditional payment methods, transactions are irreversible. The moment you make a payment to a merchant, the money is his, as there is nothing you can do to take it back. Labriut. There is basically no central authority like Visa that governs the network and is able to apply judgment and decide and protect consumers against fraud. The irreversibility of transactions and the lack of central authorities and the anonymity provided by Bitcoin created a serious issue of fraud and scams with thousands of reported fraud cases in the various Bitcoin communities. So Bitrated aims to resolve all those issues using a few different components. The first is an identity and reputation management system, where we basically allow users to create a digital identity, establish their own reputation, and see the credibility of the users they are transacting with. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, so one of the first things a user can do after creating an identity on Bitrated is link his other online accounts. Is link his other online account. For example, his Reddit account, his GitHub account. And what Bitrated does, it goes and looks at all kinds of different metrics from the linked accounts. Here, for example, we can see how the profile looks. For example, we can go to Manny Rosenfeld's profile page. We can see the trust score that the rating algorithm assigned him with. His top-rated linked accounts. We can see a full list of all of his accounts, and for example, see that he has a LinkedIn account with 346 connections, a Facebook account with 330 friends, and so on. We can also see the reviews that other users left him, and as you can see, Manny is a pretty stand-up guy and got some pretty good reviews. Hold on. Yeah, so the other major part of Bitrated is a payment system that builds consumer protection on top of standard Bitcoin payments. What we basically allow is for users and sellers to nominate a trusted third party that they both trust to act as a sort of an arbitrator for their transaction. It's given the authority to resolve disputes between them and refund the payment. So the buyer starts by creating a new trade. He enters a short description of the item he's paying for, the seller that he's buying it from, the price for the item, and the trust agent or the arbitrator that is given the authority to resolve disputes. The buyer can also enter a contract with the terms and the agreement, the shipping address, everything that they agreed between them. Now, once the user creates the trade and the seller and agent agree to it, the buyer is requested to make a payment. What he basically does, he takes out his phone, scans the QR code, and sends the payment. Now, the seller will receive a notification that the payment is secured within the escrow account, at which point he will ship the item to the buyer. Now, if the buyer is satisfied with what he received, he can release the payment to the seller by clicking the release button, entering his password, and authorizing a transaction, sending the funds from the escrow account to the seller. And he is also given the option of adding ratings to the other users involved. Now, the seller will see that the buyer agreed to release the funds. He adds a final confirmation to the transaction. He is also given the possibility of adding ratings. And you can see the transaction sending out the payment from the escrow account into his address. Now, if the buyer is not satisfied with what he paid for example, if he received it with a broken screen, he can open a dispute. Instead of releasing the payment, he can explain to the arbitrator what happened, why he's not satisfied. Now the arbitrator receives a notification letting him know that there is a new dispute awaiting resolution. He can see the dispute message, and now he has to investigate the case, decide who is right, whether the funds should be returned to the consumer or released to the merchant. In this case, he decides that the buyer was right. He authorizes a payment, sending it back to the consumer. Yeah. And that's it. So that's a high-level overview of the product. Just to give you some numbers, since Bitrated was launched, we've had about 5,000 users, over $700,000 in Bitcoins transacted through the payment system, and about 6,000 ratings. That's all. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, so I'm interested in hearing about the advantages that Bitrated's payment platform has over things we have in the traditional finance, like escrows and so on. How is the system different in Bitrated?
Okay, so there are a few aspects to it. First of all, the way Bitrated operates, I called it an escrow at times, but it's different from an escrow because the trusted third party is given a very, very limited authority. It basically gets the power to decide whether the buyer or seller is right, but is not given the option of taking the funds to himself, which is something that does happen with traditional escrow. Just a couple months ago, there was an Israeli case about a lawyer that ran off with a few million shekels that she held for other people. So this is something that cannot happen with Bitrated. And the other aspect is that, unlike with credit card payments, where you have one big company like Visa that is responsible for resolving disputes for everyone, with Bitrated you get sort of competition between all kinds of different agents that are competing for service, and they can offer, some could be leaning more towards protecting consumers, some leaning more towards protecting merchants. They can have different methods to investigate the disputes. They can set their fees. And we believe that a competitive environment will create solutions that are far better than what credit card companies or companies like PayPal are able to offer.
Given that your system for ranking the arbitrators relies on publicly available data, as in from their media accounts, and given that this is a fairly competitive space in terms of securing and arbitrating these agreements, why is your solution going to be the relative winner against the other solutions for securing these sorts of payments?
So security in the Bitcoin space can mean all kinds of different things. There are a lot of companies dealing with security in one way or another. Specifically, what Bitrated is aiming for, the aspect of consumer protection in an e-commerce environment, is something that's still very early on the Bitcoin space in general. So Bitrated does not have any competitors in regards to that. The identity and reputation aspects are a bit more filled with competition, I would say. I think Bitrated has a good head start. We have relatively for the space, we have a lot of users. We have a relatively well-known brand. Bitrated has been up since December 2013, up and running. So a lot of users are already familiar with us, already have a reputation on the website, already have a lot of ratings, and with systems that have such strong network effects, then being early on is very important. I believe that we can leverage our position into a long-term success, but of course it's going to be hard. Yeah.
We have time? Yeah? Okay. What is your plans ahead in terms of market penetration, going into merchant websites, etc.?
Excellent question. I didn't have time to get into it with the slides, but so it's good that you brought it up. The main step for Bitrated going forward is opening up all the different services that we have, the digital identity, the reputation information, and the payment gateway. Open it up for integration into third-party services. Basically open up APIs so that when you go, say, to a new marketplace or to a new exchange, you can just log in with your Bitrated identity and carry all your historical reputation along with you so that you don't have to start from scratch every time you move to a new place. And also the payment system. You will have a checkout with Bitrated option that we want to get implemented across the ecosystem. Basically try to standardize the identity, reputation, and payment solution as something that the whole ecosystem can use and integrate, rather than having to go to Bitrated itself to conduct the trades.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, Nadav.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next up, please welcome Perelman from Chromaway.
Hello. My name is Perelman, and I'm one of the co-founders of Chromaway. We officially started the company back in 2014, and we now developed a very easy-to-use smart contracts platform, which is targeting business processes and workflow, and less on the execution of the contract part. We had many first clients. In 2014, we bought actually the first ever bank that did something with the blockchain before blockchain was cool. LHV Bank, which is the biggest financial institution in Estonia, actually used our platform to issue digitized cash on top of the blockchain. In 2016, we bought the first country to actually do something with the blockchain, most specifically on real estate transactions. This is a blockchain in the nutshell. Basically, a middleman is not needed, lower cost, lower risks, additional benefits, which are auditability and resilience. A lot of opportunity in the market. A lot of big players are now investing in a lot of companies. A lot of banks are now starting to wake up to the blockchain revolution. And the focus of our company right now is basically on real estate transactions, basically on the real estate workflow. The problem with real estate today is that it's a very hard and complex workflow, which involves a lot of documentation, a lot of time, and a lot of fees as well. So together with the Swedish state and a couple of banks, which is one of them is SBAB, which is the largest mortgages bank in Sweden, we actually launched a pilot a couple of months ago together based on our technology to target real estate transactions, make it more digitized, more secured, and more efficient, and more auditability. So this is basically how our smart contract solution works. We basically created a new business logic from scratch, a new language from scratch. And it has 3 layers, basically. The first layer is the business logic, which we created from scratch. The second layer is the storage layer, which we actually allow different enterprises to pick who and what kind of contracts they want to store at. So it can be anything from a cloud, IPFS, or Azure. The second layer is the consensus layer, which we actually allow them to pick as well from private blockchains to public blockchains. And it's mainly targeted at business processes, workflows, more specifically real estate transactions. Also, our private blockchain is being now built on SQL. We merge between the benefits of the blockchain and maturity database like SQL, which everybody knows, and it's easy to integrate to current legacy systems. Market size in real estate technology is huge. It's for 5.5 billion. A lot of opportunities as well in the US with the title insurance market, which doesn't need to exist. 40 billion at least in database market, and $1.1 billion which VC invested in blockchain tech. So we have 8 paying customers, approximately $250,000 in revenues this year. We are now expanding our efforts to the Asian region as well. We participated in the OCBC Bank Accelerator this year. We had the Innovation Award, as you can see, with LHV Bank. And basically, the competition is here. Low initial market because everybody is kind of focusing on the capital markets. We decided to shift to the other way, where there is a low competition and easier to also pull a commercialized application first. Our team, Henrik and Alex. Alex was the first to actually implement the blockchain solution back in 2012, which set bet then on the Bitcoin network. Henrik has a lot of experience in IT in IT and finance area, being working in companies like Nasdaq and so on. My team has worked in a lot of good companies, Google, BitPay, Ripple, Colo, and Cephalo. Advisory is also coming from a bunch of companies and institutions which are well known, UBS, Chronicle, the LHV Bank, Gift, and Litecoin. Our business model sits more on like a SaaS type of model where we actually charge on monthly subscription fees to our sandbox. Proprietary license as well, which we are selling to banks, and software as a service, of course, and add-on tools, support, and so on, and cloud services. Financial projections, we made approximately 250,000 this year, and we're expecting it to grow as the blockchain grows as well. Milestones, we are now fundraising as well. So we are releasing a second stage with the land registry, basically in Sweden. And we are launching soon a sandbox together with them, while onboarding a couple of banks as well to being focused more on the mortgages processing as well. We want to hire a couple of more employees. That's basically it. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you all. So I'd like to hear a few more concrete examples of the use cases. Who is using the platform right now? What they're using it for? What did they do before that now they're doing better? So I'd like to hear some examples.
So we are now more focusing on real estate transactions as a business use case. Our target is mainly banks, countries, counties, private equity firms, etc. We think it's a good use case to start with. A lot of complex workflow in that use case. A lot of manually handled use case as well. So lots of documents and a lot of actors which aren't synced with each other, which needs to be synced in a secured and digitized way. That's basically it.
How are you allowing access to view the data? Like, how are you controlling access? Because I'm assuming it's like private data of people, right? Who owns what? And
so not necessarily. There are a lot of countries that are transparent now with their data, especially in Sweden where they are more open. A lot of other countries in Europe as well are now beginning also to open their data as well. So there are quite a few problems in what they are doing now with centralized system. They are not involved in the whole process, which allows a lot of fraud and prone to a lot of fraud in the process as well, and basically it's very unsecured. Because if one attacker attacks a centralized database, basically that centralized database instills the whole information. While with the blockchain-based solution and consensus-based, it's much harder to attack and achieve that information of the data from their systems. So there are a couple of benefits of them using a blockchain-based system than what they use today. Also the auditability part, which is important as well, because now they can get involved in the whole process, and now it's very transparent and secured.
Okay, so so thank you very much all.
Thanks a lot.
Next up, please welcome Sharon Greenberg from Cryptonext.
Hi to you all. Let's go with the slides. The notes? No, the notes. ככה. לא. כמו שהיה מקודם, לא? קודם הייתה... Okay. Okay, hi to you all. My name is Sharon Greenberg, and I'm the CEO of Cryptonext, a white label exchange and a blockchain solution company. We established the company more than 2 years ago in June 2014. And since then, till today, me and my partners have experienced the technology changes and the ability to create a better economic future. A few words about our great team. I've started to work in the technology sector more than 15 years ago, from a fresh salesman to managing the biggest IT companies in Israel, while Assaf Azulai, my partner over there, sorry for he's not here, is our CTO. He's established his own kingdom 20 years ago, and today he's the owner of one of the biggest cloud computing here in Israel. It's called OMC Group, and despite his status, he's spending all his time in building our great platforms. And of course, Ofer, which is sitting over there, sorry. Ofer invested in Cryptonext when we were still in the planning stages. And a few months later, become an active partner. He's well known in the investment in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency spheres. So, why blockchain? Let's say, what if there were a second generation of the internet that enabled a true peer-to-peer exchange of value? We don't have that now. Let's say that if I'm going to send money to someone else, I need to go through an intermediary, which is usually a big bank or credit card company, or I need the government to authenticate who I am and who you are. What if I could do that peer-to-peer only? The blockchain, which is a distributed database that uses state-of-the-art cryptography, help us to achieve that goal. Yeah, for sure, the financial services industry is up to serious disruption. But not only the financial industry can be affected from the blockchain advantages, but also huge industries like music, health, and even electricity. We can see some blockchain application uses as smart contract, stock exchange, music distribution, and more. So, what are we doing to affect the industry we have talked about? Our first product we have announced was a white label exchange platform, which you can trade all kinds of digital and fiat currencies, multi-language with wide design option, so you just have to brand it and you can promote it. We had and still have all kinds of customers around the world that want to be part of the digital currencies world and promote their own exchanges in their own nation, but under our platform and servers. With the basic trading came all kind of requirements from all kinds of customers around the world that ask for their own coin for various purposes, which can be traded in different exchanges backed by the blockchain. And after more than 1 year, we found ourselves with a complete blockchain solution that allows anyone to create and control local economies by issuing a coin for an exchange or registration of an asset. And I want to give you some example. We had been asked to issue a coin for the LGBT community in Austria, since they want to promote their own local economy and business and, by trading with their own local coin named shilling. Or to issue a coin for a company listed in the OTC market. They want to create their own stock exchange so you can trade the coin and not the share. So by doing that, they ask us to reflect the numbers of the shares with the number of the coin. And by doing that, you don't need to use the broker since you are trading in a closed exchange. Or we have been asked to issue a coin for the DJs around the world so music consumer can buy, trade, or even earn that coin. Let's say Rondo Coin. Rondo Coin is a unique cashless solution to buy music, merchandise, event tickets, and eventually a host of other amazing products and services related to music experience. And last example, blockchain travel portal backed by the NXT blockchain. People that are part of the Drachmea travel club can trade and use DT tokens for booking flights and hotels. Since we had the option for our customer to open a trade with our platform as their own platform, as a white label platform, and we also gave them a full blockchain solution, we can see that we didn't give our customer only a nice car named blockchain, but also a great driver with a unique trading exchange platform. For the last, I want to talk a little bit about the potential. Ovium, which is a part of Informa Group, a global provider of business intelligence that has 23 offices in 6 continents. After Ovium interview more than 200 corporate treasurers in 23 countries spanning 5 regions, the final conclusion was that while there remains much hype around blockchain technology, its potential to lower trading risk is clear. At the very least, banks need to demonstrate their understanding of the opportunities around the blockchain, as 75% of the corporates in both Africa and Latin America are interested in solution here. In addition, while in Germany, you can see RWE has been testing blockchain for electric vehicle charging and on a platform where a consumer can trade green energy independently of utilities. To summarize, the blockchain technology has the potential to improve almost everything we are doing today, and we are part of it. Thank you for listening to me, and I welcome you all to visit us at cryptonext.net. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. Now, I'm interested in knowing, a customer that uses your platform, what exactly does he get? I mean, if you start an exchange the traditional way, you need to worry about software, hardware, banking, regulation, security. So which of these parts do you solve for them, and which do they still have to do on their own? What I asked, so if you take the traditional way to start an exchange, so you have to worry about a lot of problems: software, hardware, banking, regulation, security, and so on. So which parts of these do you solve for them, and which parts do the customers have to figure out on their own?
Thank you. Cryptonext is a full turnkey solution, which gives you the solution for everything, almost everything. The only thing that you have to do is to promote your own name of your exchange. Okay, so we're taking care of security, of servers, of the platform, and almost everything. So the only thing that you need to do is to pick the name, buy the address, okay, in the website, and start promote it.
How is Cryptonext relevant for the Chinese market?
Well, the Chinese market is amazing. It's amazing because what we can see that is almost 60% of all the trading in the digital currencies in the Chinese market. I don't know if it's because of bots, but a lot of trading is happening in the Chinese market. Okay, we are still not in the Chinese market. To tell you the truth, we are almost all over the world. But in the Chinese market, we're still not there, and I hope that we'll be there very soon. Regard the potential, it's huge because of the potential of the blockchain, and of course because we're giving them also a great platform to trade with. Okay, so I think that again that the combination between the two is a great combination. It's a great way to start a new business very fast in a huge market.
Why do you think lots of customers will want to host their own blockchain applications versus having specific providers do those specialized applications? As in, if there's someone who does a very good application for smart contracts, why is someone going to choose to have their own branded exchange for that solution versus using the standard provider of blockchain smart contract solutions?
Okay, I think that I gave a great example here. there is a lot of let's say that our platform can give you a solution of a coin, strictly a coin, okay, to trade, but there is an option to do it not in Cryptonext, but when you if you want to use it in Cryptonext, you just get the coin or some asset to register. In Cryptonext, you get the coin. We will issue the coin. The coin will be registered under the blockchain. It can be Bitcoin. It can be the Bitcoin blockchain or even the NXT blockchain. Very soon in the Ethereum, in the Ether blockchain too, in the Ethereum. And we also give you the option not to just get your coin, but also a place to trade in. Okay.
Okay. So thank you very much, Sharon. And that's it. These are our 6 companies. So now, David, please join us. Is David here? Okay, so first, all of the speakers from all the companies come join us on the stage. And yeah, okay, here's David. So, yeah.
So, a big round of applause for the companies, and certainly a big thank you to all our judges. I guess we're waiting for the translation. Okay, so what we're going to do now is select a winner. Okay, now they're all hopefully winners, but within the group, we're asking the audience, you, to vote on this blockchain startup that you think will most likely change the world using blockchain in the next 5 years. Okay, so what I want to do is each company will be handed the microphone. In one sentence, if you could summarize, repeat your name and summarize what you do. And then, it's unscientific, but using clapping, I guess, we'll then measure, hopefully it'll be accurate, who the winner will be. And if clapping doesn't work, we'll do show off hands. So, starting on our left.
Maybe we'll do it in the same order that they presented. So
in the same order that you presented.
Yeah, so Ron, you went first. And yeah.
Maybe you could line up in the same order. Just state the name of your company and in one sentence summarize what you do.
Right, so yeah, I'm Ron. We're doing Jarvis, which is an artificial intelligence, which does not try to eat up its users as food, but rather is friendly to humanity.
Thank you. I'm Nathan Cook with Zen. We're developing a secure smart contracts platform that will make doing business simple, safe, and global.
Hi, Assaf from Solarchange. We're going to change the world with the blockchain and make it a better place, enhance and incentivize solar and renewable energy with this amazing technology. Hope you support us and join us. I will be available later. Thank you.
My name is Nadav from Bitrated, and we resolve the issue of trust and make it possible to conduct safe transactions with cryptocurrencies.
Hi, my name is Or. I'm one of the co-founders of Chromaway. We developed a very easy-to-use smart contract platform which targets business processes and workflows, more focused on real estate transactions.
Hi, my name is Sharon from Cryptonext. We're doing a white label exchange platform and, of course, blockchain solutions. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start at the beginning. Company number 1, Jarvis? No. Jarvis. Wait, sorry. Okay. Now remember, the louder you clap, that means that's the company you want to win the competition. Company number 2, Zen. Right. Company number 3, Solarchange. Company number 4, Bitrated. Company number 5, Chromaway. Company number 6, Cryptonext. Okay, so I think, and hopefully it's, I'm being fair, it's between you and you at the moment, right? Okay. Okay, so company number 1, Solarchange. Company number 2, Bitrated. Okay, so we can't, they're both very popular companies. What we're going to do is do show of hands, so that way it's fair. So company number 1, Solarchange. You could only pick one. You could only pick one. So whoever wants Solarchange to receive the $10,000 prize, raise your hand now. Okay. Whoever wants Bitrated to receive the prize, raise your hand now. Solarchange, do you agree? Yeah. And the winner of the Future World Prize is Solarchange. And what I would like to do is have everybody from Future World who sponsored the prize to please come up and we'll take a picture together with the winner. And thank you everybody for participating. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yeah, stay on here. Thanks guys. We'll be in touch soon. Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks. And you guys stay in the picture. They're gonna bring up a check. And thank you so much. I gotta run. Yeah, they're gonna do a photo. Direct them however you want. So start here. To the light. Everybody here. Behind the chairs. And we move the chairs. We move the chairs. Yeah, just anywhere. Bring the... Perfect, perfect. Everybody crowds together, and you come here in the front. Okay, let's move. Okay, thank you. Okay. Come. Well, make sure you're
It had to be you.
Okay, thank you all